What's going on, everyone? Me and Matt Killer Kyle here, live chat.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, if you haven't already watched, oh, I can see that now. If you haven't already watched, we have the Wheels of Fury Heatwave and Forbidden Door video predictions. So,
Yeah.
it should be a good show on Sunday. 2 shows, I should say.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Same. They're both cards look like it's gonna be really good cards.
yeah.
I saw the. I didn't. I didn't watch NXT, but I saw highlights of it, and there's one match that they're gonna have that we didn't. I'm quite sure we didn't talk about. They're gonna have. Maybe we did. They're gonna have. Tavion Heights and
Tasha Steele.
no, not Tasha Steele.
Oh,
The girl that won
yeah,
season
yeah,
1 of
yeah.
NXT. Tasha Mace, or no? Tasha Mace Steele. Or something. Steele something.
Yeah, Steele something.
Take on Ethan Page and Chelsea Green.
Yeah. That's going to be cool. I mean, I really enjoy seeing Ethan Page revamp the North American title to like the Canadian flag.
Yeah.
Very Lance Storm-esque. Maybe.
Well, they're really running with the whole North American thing. Because before, when they first introduced the title, for up until Ethan won the title, the strap was this maroon burgundy color.
Yeah.
And then when Ethan won it, it's like, well, he's a heel, he's Canadian, let's make the strap look like the Canadian flag.
But, yeah, again, it's like, oh, you're a Canadian, so you must be a heel. And I think, yeah, in the late 90s, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Including the 2000s. Like, the Un-Americans were kind of a distasteful group, in my opinion. Especially what would have happened years prior. So, I mean, yeah. And I mean, you have Tess, Lance Storm, and Christian. And then, of course, William Regal's British, so we'll have him in there. But it's almost like, yeah, I mean, I said this to Kyle too, and when you look at Chris Jericho, so he was born in Manhattan, New York, raised in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah.
I mean, when he came into the WWF, it was like, yeah, he was a face and he was built from Manitoba. But then I think as the events of 9/11 happened, years later, you had, I don't know if that was subconscious or not, but Chris Jericho was a heel. He was born in Winnipeg. But when he was babyface, he was from Manhattan.
Right.
So, like Benoit was from Atlanta. Of course, he's originally was from Montreal. And then he was built from Edmonton. Just something I picked up years ago, I guess. I don't know. I mean, a lot of the wrestlers from Canada move up to the U.S. anyway.
Yeah.
For the most part. Like I know Bobby Roode is from here in Peterborough.
Yeah.
And I think he has a home, or at least he had a home here.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I do remember when he was in TNA, and he was Robert Roode.
Yeah.
And his manager was Miss Tracy Brooks. He was billed from Wall Street, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere in New York. And then when he came to WWE, he was billed from Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
I did watch Raw. Raw was pretty good. And congratulations to Trinity and I believe Jonathan. They're going to have a baby, aka Jimmy Uso and Naomi.
Yes.
They're going to have a child and all that stuff. So it just so happens that her heel run was starting to pick up.
I know, right?
So it's kind of funny how that happens. I mean, that happened with Awesome Kong when she came to WWE.
Yeah.
And she was starting to pick up momentum, I think. And she did have, she was pregnant. Unfortunately, she had a miscarriage. So, yeah.
I believe when Becky got pregnant.
Yes.
Of course, this was, during the pandemic, but she was on a hell of a run as a heel. They do the whole Money in the Bank thing, WWE headquarters, and then have this segment with Becky and Asuka. It's like, it wasn't for a chance at the title. It was actually for the title. You could be a champion, I'll go be a mom.
Yeah.
I did just see fairly recently that there's going to be
And speaking of which,
a little baby brother.
yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute.
There's going to be a new WWE pay-per-view ahead of before the WWE moves everything in the US from Peacock to ESPN. It's going to be called WrestlePalooza.
Yes. Now, I looked to see if we did a WrestlePalooza. Well, it turns out that we didn't.
Right.
Unless I look again in a different spot. I'm not sure. But yeah, ECW had WrestlePalooza. It is coming back. So that's cool.
I'd also see that at that event, you're going to have the return of Pat McAfee.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't do a video about it, but yeah, WWE, and like Kyle said, I guess it's going to be only in the US. The ESPN is going to take over WWE, which, okay.
Well, I think it seems to me the reason why they did this is because UFC is showing a lot of their events on ESPN. So you move everything from WWE Peacock to ESPN, maybe a wider audience.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, it's just that I feel like Netflix.
More money?
Well, not only that, but when they were coming over to Netflix, I thought, all right, cool. Like, there's going to be more blood. There's going to be more cussing. There's going to be more violence. And when I'm watching Raw now, even SmackDown kind of eased up a little bit. But, like, they cut a lot of that shit out.
Right.
Like, I'm watching the ups and downs for Simon Miller, and he's like talking about Naomi's excitement. And I guess Naomi says to Adam Pearce, I'm not getting any shit. So I'm thinking, I'm going to watch Raw, and I'm going to hear that. Well, that didn't happen because they cut it out. I'm like, you're on Netflix. Like, you have every advantage to do what you want, and I'm not sure what happened between January and now.
Yeah.
Like, you're not on network television, so
Yeah. I know.
but yeah, ESPN, that'll be something.
Yeah. Now, I do believe that uh, if you already have watched WWE's like they've used that on Netflix and the US, that's not going to change anything. It's only as far as Peacock is concerned, they're moving things over to ESPN,
Right.
which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be a hit and miss,
Yeah.
just like Netflix. Like, I'm not sure how long their deal with Netflix is going to last
Yeah.
because, like, so far so good. And when you watch the Unreal show,
Yeah.
you know, some of the matches are, according to Gorilla, or well, Bruce Pritchard, I guess, too long. At least the first, like the CM Punk Seth Rollins match in the first episode
Yeah.
from Netflix. So, and when I used to watch TNA, you probably saw this too. Watch TNA back in like 10 years ago or so, and they would start the show, and they would have like a title, whatever title, like Sting's Revenge or something like that, kind of like a TV show esque thing. I don't know how else to describe that, but and I don't know where the hell I was going with that. So yeah, you have Heat Wave. You also have Forbidden Door,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Then, of course, next weekend, of course, we have Death Before Dishonor, Clash of Paris.
Yep.
Then we roll things over to September. What's the there's something at the beginning of September. I can't remember what it is right now.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Well, next month is going to be stacked, I guess. Winding down the year, which, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but yet I'm not. So,
Yeah, really.
um, yeah. I mean, it'll be nice to see Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage back
Yeah.
together. I feel like, and I said this in the video, I'm sure it would, you know, it's time that if they are in the same company, why not team together?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been in the company since, I believe, California Blondes. So, you know, then jumping over to WWF, and then, or no, Adam did a few dark matches, or he did like maybe 3 matches in WCW,
Yeah.
and then then WWF. But,
Right.
so I feel like it's going to be interesting to see where this is going to go, and this is going to be a good match for sure. Also, watched something with the lights out steel cage match.
Right.
It appears like Will Ospreay is injured.
Well, I mean, he did talk about a couple months ago that he had like herniated discs or something, and like it was he didn't need surgery, but physiotherapy and what have you, it could be, it'll get better. And then, Austria's talking about how he's not medically cleared, obviously not, and that's why this match is lights out. Steel cage match, basically non-sanctioned, essentially.
Yeah.
Whatnot. And of course, it just ended at, there was a match between the Death Riders and Tanahashi and it was Tanahashi and somebody, but it just ended up in a big brawl.
Yeah.
And going back to like the Adam and Christian thing, they're in the ring and they're talking about the reason why they're getting back together and common enemy and whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Then you have Kim Sabian and Mother Wayne come out, and you got Nick Wayne on the big screen talking about how he suffered a broken foot and he won't be able to participate in the match. And then, of course, that's when Luchasaurus came out and he wiped out both Christian and Adam. And of course, I watched the ups and downs from Dynamite by 7 million. He said something that I knew about but kind of forgot about, and I said something different when we did the predictions. Like, here's a guy that had I can't remember what it was. He ended up with some sort of illness and was gone he's been gone for quite a while. And he's come back to wrestling and what have you. That's incredible. They showed this vignette where it's like in a hospital room and you see some guy with a syringe and injects it into Killswitch's arm and he sits up and he's got an oxygen mask on. And of course, that leads into him taking out Adam and Christian, where it's like, yeah, just think here, I don't know. I'm sure they'll talk about it probably on Sunday, maybe, or anyways.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that could have died,
Yeah.
and then makes a full recovery, and he's able to get back into wrestling. Yeah, like I said, he's been good. It's been over a year, I want to say, that Killswitch was out of action.
Yeah, I mean, so you have him and you have like Kenny Omega, two guys that could have died if it weren't like I think for their health and like a quicker recovery, I guess.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where there's a lot of luck on their side.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, like Roman Reigns with his cancer, I'm not sure if that's still like he takes a pill every day or a few times a day. And I was thinking about Joe Doring the other day.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the status is on him or not.
Yeah, no clue whatsoever. I haven't heard anything about him passing away, but I haven't heard anything about how he's doing. Is he in remission? What's the case is, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
So,
the thing with Kenny is like, had he gotten checked out sooner, he probably wouldn't have, ended up being hospitalized and needing 2 feet of his intestine removed.
yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that hadn't happened to Brock. Although, Brock is much bigger. Not that that means anything, but again, yeah, surprised it hadn't happened to him. Like wrestling is just a weird thing.
Yeah.
And then there's people saying, well, really, Kenny shouldn't be wrestling. Like one wrong move and he's done. And it's like, I think he knows the risk.
Well, I think he's. I think everything was taken into consideration, and like you know, everything make sure that everything is good for him to be able to wrestle.
Yeah. So just, yeah, two things. I guess Trish Stratus had lost her mom to cancer recently. Yeah, her mom's been battling cancer for a couple of years. And then, hold on, I don't want to make myself up an ass. Brett Hines from Mastodon passed away. Yeah. Not a huge fan of Mastodon. I tried to get into them in high school. I mean, they're fine.
Yeah.
But, anyways, yeah. A couple more losses this week.
Yeah.
That's the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's the world we live in too. That's part of life.
So, yeah. Next weekend's going to be stacked
Oh yeah.
and figure out how we're going to do this. Well, it's going to be the same as this previous week. Like, there's two events, or actually, yeah, Clash at the Castle.
It's on Sunday,
Yes,
and Death Before Dishonor is Friday.
right. So there it is. But, anyways, yeah, I can't think of nothing else.
Yeah, this week, basically like NXT was building up to Heat Wave,
Yeah.
Dynamite, and this week's episode of NXT,
Tyra Steels.
Tyrus May Steals, that's it, yeah. This week's episode of NXT was go home for Heat Wave, Dynamite was to go home for Forbidden Door, and then next week, Raw and SmackDown are going to go home shows for Clash in Paris, and then have the go home show for Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah, so like I said, we'll figure out how to do this.
Right, yeah.
Because the video editing program that I use is like, oh, we're warning you that we're going to be going on a Microsoft account. Whatever that means. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's only a green screen editing account that program I use so far. So
Yeah,
to find another one. But
yeah, exactly.
also to hook up the damn green screen, as it is. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, as we usually do.
And because while I was in Philadelphia, they had a good old fashioned Extreme Rules match. Not sure why they didn't call it a hardcore match, but it's here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Extreme Rules match. NXT had a Philly street fight between Inamura and Josh Briggs.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't watch that much.
Yeah.
Just thinking Naomi was talking about she was staying in character, and she's like, if I have to come down the aisle and breastfeed my baby, it's like I'll do it. I'm like thinking that would be a sight.
Who said that?
Trinity.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, really.
She was talking about the heifers because I'll give you 9 months to get your shit together before I come back, and if I have to, I'll come.
Comes out, yeah, breastfeed my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a sight to see.
But yeah, again, congratulations to those two.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that's it. So for me and Matt and Killer Kyle, the next time when we do a video, yeah, we'll be Clash at the Castle, Death Before Dishonor, and
That's it.
oh, that's it. All right. This is
Later.
don't know if my channel.